Self-improvement might be one of the most discussed topics from the last few years. Everyone wants to be their best self, but with so many points of view and information that we have available, it can be really confusing. For the past 2.5 years, I've been on self-improvement. So my self-improvement journey started with lots of wins. I started meditating, reading, journaling, and I also was exercising at that time, so I didn't have to build the habit. However, I didn't have a strong foundation, so I was very vulnerable to changes in my mood and being in this kind of rut many times. And it was really hard to get out. So I wish I had the method that I will teach you in this video 2 years ago. It would have made my self-improvement journey a lot easier. I would have gone way further in less time. So it's my honor to present you the HQ method. In this method, we will try to build the path towards your best self with 3 phases. Number 1, the foundational phase. Number 2, the order phase. And number 3, the game changer phase. Let's start with the foundational phase. It's really common to see creators telling you that the best way to start self-improvement is by habits. Start meditating, journaling, make your habit tracker. By trial and error, I came to the conclusion that this isn't ideal, that you need a strong foundation of core habits that are very simple but very effective. So I implemented several things that helped me gain so much consistency in less of the time, and I could get out of these ruts much easily, and I could build again the momentum to crush my habits. So step number 1 from the foundational phase, cleaning your room. This can sound stupid, but your room is a reflection of how good you take care of yourself. To back this up a little bit, Jordan Peterson in the podcast The Diary of a CEO explained this very well. He says, you think, well, I'm way above such trivial niceties as organizing my room. Well, that's pride. That's arrogance. If you're above organizing what's actually yours, how in the world are you ever going to organize anything else? So this quote really stuck with me and made me realize that yes, my room is mine, so I should keep it clean. I should keep it nice and tidy. Because also, making your bed is like the simplest habit, but once you enter your room and you see that everything is tied up, it gives you certain mental clarity and it gives you some peace. Number 2, fix your sleep schedule. I didn't realize at the start of my self-improvement journey how important this was. Because yeah, I was meditating, I was reading, I was exercising and all that stuff, but I was going to sleep around 12 o'clock and waking up at 7, so I was sleeping kind of 7 hours. It wasn't ideal. And then I started to go to bed early and wake up early. And that was something that made a huge impact on my energy levels, on my productivity levels, on my focus levels, and also made me more propense to choose the good habits over the bad habits. Also, having predictability in your schedule is something very important. Knowing when you're going to go to sleep and when you're going to wake up brings huge clarity in your life, even if you don't think so. So also, Jordan Peterson explains this very well in his book 12 Rules for Life, especially in Rule 1. He says, I have had many clients whose anxiety was reduced to subclinical levels merely because they started to sleep on a predictable schedule and eat breakfast. So, I understand that the simplicity of these habits will have a huge return of investment. You are probably searching for secrets, you're probably searching for secret tips and tactics to be more productive, but it really comes down to this. It really comes down to go to sleep early, wake up early, have an nutritious breakfast, have some predictability in your life, keep your space in order. To fix your sleep schedule, you first have to determine when you're going to wake up. It might be at 6, at 7 in the morning and 8 o'clock. you choose. So, you have to set the time to wake up, and I don't care if you go to sleep at 3 in the morning and wake up at 6. You will feel sleepy for the first couple of days, but then your sleep schedule will just tidy itself up on its own. And habit number 3 of the foundational phase, start moving. Exercise is just as important as the other 2 habits I mentioned before. And I'm not talking about going five times a week to the gym, because that's not realistic, and if you are not used to it, it will be too much of a change. So the goal is to move, to go on walks, run, play a sport, go sometimes to the gym, just move. And then exercise will bring also 2 main benefits besides the ones that you already know. So the first one is that you will increase your water intake, because as you exercise you will feel the need to consume more water, and then you will start to get used to consuming more water. And this is key, because consuming more water will keep you lean, will keep you hydrated, will keep you working better, and it's just a good habit, man. And exercise really helps to introduce it to your life. And second, you will increase your sun exposure. So with the pandemic, we have this real deficiency of vitamin D, and it's really common because we spent like 2 years inside and we didn't go even for walks outside. And sun exposure has great benefits. Huberman explains this great in the article that I will leave you in the description down below. It's really nice to read it and understand why exposing yourself to the sun, especially in the morning, will have great benefits to your life. So it's really simple, just go outside and move, man. It's not that difficult. So now let's dive into the order phase. I really think that by moving, sleeping and cleaning your room, you will have some huge benefits in your life already. So we've settled down this foundation, and it's so important to build our habits on top of this foundation. So now it's time to embrace a new challenge. You should be feeling better by now, so probably try to implement the foundational phase for 3 weeks, more or less, until you feel comfortable and you have a predictable sleeping schedule. You move almost daily and you clean your room sometimes a week, but try to make your bed and keep your desk in order. So now we'll start meditating, because this is really a game changer. Meditation helped me get rid of my anxiety, improve my focus and feel more in control of my emotions. And by feeling more in control of my emotions, I perform better at exams, my work improved, my focus improved, my performance at sports and at the gym improved, because I was able to embrace new challenges. I was able to shut the fuck up to that voice that was always bothering me and getting into me, because it's really hard to deal with that voice. So meditation helps a lot. And you have 2 options in this one. Number 1, you can trust me, and number 2, you can watch this video from Healthy Gamer GG, that I will leave in the description down below. It's a really nice video that explains the benefits of meditation in the long term and in the short term. And it's really informational if you have some doubts about meditation, if it's some Buddhist thing or if it's a placebo effect. You can watch the video and it will be really nice. Number 2, you have to start journaling. You know, self-doubt is common and it's not something bad. However, we should be able to deal with these self-doubts and these problems. And we also have to have the opportunity to express gratitude and increase our happiness from the things that we already got. So you can watch this video, I don't know where it will pop up. You can watch this video I made about journaling to understand better why this habit is so important. And number 3, start having a healthier breakfast. You know, some people fast, some people don't, but I truly believe that breakfast is very important, especially when you are in this phase where you just wake up tired and then you go and have some Oreos for breakfast. That's truly shit, and you are setting yourself up for failure in this day. So By waking up early and then having a nutritious breakfast, you will make the difference. So I like to eat scrambled eggs with some toast, or also I like to eat oatmeal or some ham and cheese sandwiches. So this might not be the ideal meals, but are really healthy, and they're better than eating Oreos with a milkshake for breakfast. And also, keeping the habits aside, the other phase comes with a routine. I'm not the routine type of guy who schedules each and every minute of his day. However, I understand that it's important to have a sense of what you're going to do in your day. You have to have an idea of your day in your head, and also have a simple to-do list of the things that you have to get done in the day to stop procrastinating and stop being a pussy. However, if you are the type of person who wastes a lot of time, please make a strict routine for yourself. Because if you give yourself a little bit of freedom, you will just fuck this up. So make yourself a favor, make a routine, make it strict so that you can know what comes next. Like, for example, you finish studying, you start meditating, you finish meditating, you go to the gym. Like, you have this packed up and you can continue to progress along your day and be more productive. So the next step is to write down your routine and keep it in a place where you can see it. I, for example, have my journal in my desk where I can watch it all the time. So you can keep your routine here in your desk, or you can also keep it as a wallpaper in your phone. And last but not least, we have the game changer phase. So we've built a strong foundation, we've built strong habits, and now we have to add a sense of direction and a sense of purpose. So if you become consistent with your habits, this will take from 3 weeks to a month, or it can take you a month and a half. It's okay. Just make sure that you're consistent with meditating, journaling, having a healthy breakfast, and also you can start reading if you feel capable of doing. So now, in the last phase, we will try to build a sense of meaning, a sense of direction, and finally a purpose. So by taking responsibility of yourself, you should already feel so much better, and you should already feel that you have a sense of direction, like the betterment of the self in the benefit of others. Because if you want to help others, you have to help yourself first. This is really basic and important. And to find purpose, you need to do a lot of shit, and you need to learn a lot. You need to look to new hobbies, you need to look to new areas of knowledge that you might not be aware about, and start interesting yourself in them. By this I mean that you need to choose something and stick to it, and see if it brings this sense of meaning, if you really enjoy it doing, and it brings you this kind of purpose and meaning in your life, so that you wake up in the morning and you are excited to be progressing in towards your purpose. So this might be excelling at your studies, this might be starting a new business, this might be providing a valuable service to society with the skills that you have, or it can be any other meaningful project that helps you discover what kind of impact you want to have in our world. You may start excelling at your studies just to discover that you want to be an academic who publishes papers and brings knowledge to humanity and really helps humanity to improve. You may start a business to make some money and impress a few chicks, and then you realize that you love to be an entrepreneur and providing jobs to people and bringing a useful service to society. But options are endless. You just have to pick one and go for it. You need determination. You won't have all the answers at the time you start a project. I wanted to be a music producer. I wanted to be like Metro Boomin. I also wanted to be a graphic designer. I wanted to be a clothes designer. And then finally I discovered that I wanted to teach. that I wanted to be a YouTuber, content creator, communicator. I failed many times, so expect the same. Expect to fail sometimes, and expect that you won't find your purpose overnight. This is a process, and it's normal to fail. It's normal to not know what the fuck you're going to do with your life. It's normal. You just have to understand it, and you have to choose something, work towards it, and if it doesn't stick with you and you don't like it and you don't enjoy it, it's okay. You'll try the next thing, and it's okay. You may start by being great at university, and then you can realize that you want to be a content creator, that you want to be an entrepreneur, that you want to have a job and be great at it, and it's okay. The important part of this phase is that the activity that you do has kind of an impact on humanity, and also that brings you fulfillment and enjoyment, and ideally you can monetize that. But most importantly, you have to enjoy it, and you have to wake up every morning kind of excited to work on it. You won't be motivated always. You won't be motivated to clean your room every day. You won't be motivated to go to sleep early. You won't be motivated to meditate, read, journal. But it's important to do it anyways. Because doing it anyways, you have two benefits. Number one, confidence. When you do the things that you promised to yourself that you would do, you build confidence. And then you build discipline. You do the things every day, no matter how you feel, and then you will build discipline, and then motivation will come. I'm sure that motivation will come. You have to trust the process and be fucking disciplined. Because your self-esteem will skyrocket, and your discipline too. So I hope that you enjoyed the HQ method, and I hope that you implement it, and you can tell me what was your experience here in the comments. And any doubts you have, I'll be sure to respond to them and bring you clarity in this method. So I'm sure that the method will work wonders on your life, and go wandering through the phases and enjoy it. Enjoy the process, because being your best self is something beautiful. So thank you for watching, and we'll see each other on the next one.